Alright, how's it going? Today we're doing Prophecy, Solar Flawless on Hunter during Season of the Witch, using Arcstrider with Assassin's Cowl, because Invisibility lends itself really well to this dungeon, and so does Arcstrider. Using an SMG, the Iterative Loop Fusion Rifle, and the Leviathan's Breath. So, this dungeon focuses around getting motes from killing knights, and these motes will differ in their element depending on whether or not you are standing in the light or the dark. As you can see, killing these knights drops dark motes, and that's because I'm in the shadows while I kill them. Once you collect 5 motes, you deposit them in that little darkness thing. And to open this door, we're going to need some light motes as well. So we're just going to use Leviathan's Breath to snipe the knights, like so. Right, that's opened the door, so now we're going to go on through to this next section, in which we just have to do the same thing. We're going to use this little shadow here to take out the knights, so we get the dark motes. And then we're going to go just kill the knights normally to get the light motes. Now we've opened the second door, we're going to go up and fight the Phalanx Echo, who's just up here. Going to slowly make our way up using a Sparrow. Not recommend doing that. So, for the Phalanx Echo, we've got 4 things to cleanse, but we can do it with only 2 cleanses with a neat little trick, which I'm going to show you in a second. But for now, we're going to go to the right. We're going to spawn kill this knight, get some dark motes, and then kill this second knight. As you can see, with the Iterative Loop Fusion Rifle, you can 2-shot if you have taken spec, thanks to the Nanotech Tracer Rocket origin bug. So we're going to go for a double dunk here. What that means is we're going to line ourselves up in the middle of the 2 things, and then expunge there, and hopefully that can cause both of them to be cleansed. It does, however, spawn 2 waves of scions, so I'm just going to clear all these guys out with Arcstrider, and then continue on. Now we need a light motes, and I've got a knight weak, so I'm just going to kill him and pick up the motes and do the same thing. Once I do this, the damage phase will start. For this, what we want to do is we want to jump up onto this little bit here, throw a grenade to jolt, and then just start using the Leviathan's Breath on his face. The jolt should kill all the scions that just spawned. And yeah, after a certain amount of time, some goblins will spawn, which will have immunity shields, which is why I saved my super till now, because the super goes through that. And then I'm just going to finish him off with Leviathan's Breath for a nice easy 1 phase. And that's it done. Very simple. So now we're just going to sink in the middle. Going to get rid of this judgment because it's not very good. And now we're looking for some blighted areas. They spawn randomly on 5 or 6 locations, I'm not sure. And we need to find 3 blighted locations and kill the 3 blights and talk to Toland in the middle. And then we are done with this encounter. Cool thing about these blights are you can punch them with lethal current and it won't use up the lethal current melee. And with combination blow times 3 plus the lethal current it will one-shot the blights. So now we've done that, we're going to go for the second section, which turns out to be over here. Once again, these spawn randomly around the place. And we're just going to do the same thing. I don't know what I'm doing here. Don't get on your Sparrow until you're ready to leave. Now we find the third section over here. And once we go into the middle, the path is open. So now we're going to go onto the hexahedron, which is over here. We're going to Sparrow our way in, we're going to get shoved off our Sparrow, so we're just going to spawn it again. And get right in there before the doors even spawn. So for this, we've got pretty much the same thing, you just have to follow the Toland ball around the room. As you can see, he's over there. We need dark motes for him. So what we're going to do to start off with is kill all the acolytes. At ×2, combination blow you can one-shot them, but not before, so I use the SMG to weaken them a little bit just to get that done. To spawn the knights, you have to kill hobgoblins, and killing the knights spawns another hobgoblin, just in case you screw up. We're going to use the Vythan's Breath for just about everything here, because there's nothing else to use it on. Once we activate the cleanse, there'll be something in the middle that you just have to stand in, and that'll take you to the next section. And you just have to do the same thing here. So now we need dark motes, so I'm going to do the same thing, take out all these acolytes, then the hobgoblins, and then the knights. Now you don't actually need to stand in the middle and get sucked up for the next thing to start. As you can see here, I stood in the middle, didn't get sucked in because I slid out, and it still worked fine. Now we need dark motes, and we're just going to punch these guys to conserve some ammo. And use the fusion rifle on this one for the same reason. So now I need light motes. You do want to be careful with Leviathan's Wrath because since it does make an explosion, it can knock the motes into the sort of holes in the floor, at which point if you can't grab enough, you will have to spawn another knight by killing another hobgoblin. Now onto the penultimate room. You always end up at the same final room. Now we need light modes, so I'm just going to stand up in the open. And apparently I was in the darkness when I killed that knight, which is annoying, because it means I have to kill some more hobgoblins. But it's not too much of a hassle. Now I'm just going to go invisible with a punch, just to make things a bit cleaner as I get teleported up. Now, once we get into this last section, we're going to jump on this thing here. Super the one Centurion Echo, and just melt down the other one. And that's the encounter done. Pretty simple. And once it's done, we can leave. We're gonna jump on a Sparrow as soon as we can. But it doesn't actually matter because we have to wait for the doors anyway. And we're gonna follow the Kell Echo over to the right. And let's go over now to the Dead Sea. This is just a nice little Sparrow section. Nothing too difficult about it, all you gotta do is get from the start to the finish. I took quite a bit of damage from those falls, so I'm just going to summon a new Sparrow. If it'll let me, there we go. Now for this section, you just want to sort of fall off to the right, then follow this over here, and then fall off to the left. And that's the hardest part of this done. Coming up on the taking blights things. They are not too much to worry about, especially since they don't do much, but probabilistically you will be very unlucky if you get hit by one of them. So you can just go straight through them with a fair bit of confidence. Now we're just going to boost straight off this bit and we should get sucked up. There we go. If you don't, doesn't matter too much, just jump around a bit on the platform below and it should happen eventually. Now we're just going to make our way over to the final boss arena, the Kell Echo. This will be sort of a mixture between the past two encounters. You've got three things to extinguish, and you do want to wait a second for them because they might change. But if not, just get ready to kill things. We've got Scions spawning in waves, as well as 2 knights and the 3 Calico sort of fragments around the place. Unfortunately, I got light motes on that guy. So now I'm just going to wait to get the next knights. The knights spawn in when the previous knights have died, and the Scions respawn periodically on a timer. Once you dunk one of these, take an ogre will spawn. You can take him out with some punches. I like to keep combination blow up going just for that. Now we just gotta wait for the next set of knights to spawn. And here come the next Scions as well. As you can see, I'm keeping combination blow up before facing the ogre, just so I can two-shot him like that. And once the third one's done, you just gotta get to the middle. Doesn't matter if you actually kill the ogre or not. Anyway, so we're coming on to the boss damage phase. We're gonna start by using our SMG to get the weaken effect, thanks to Rapid Fire Ranger, or whatever it's called. Go for the super, and then just start blasting in with Leviathan's Breath. Some hobgoblins are gonna spawn in a second. They don't matter too much, but if you leave them alive they will eventually kill you, because more hobgoblins will spawn. I'm getting quite lucky since I got a heavy ammo drop. I'm also getting amplified from these, which is actually really helpful for enhancing the DPS of Leviathan's Breath, because of recent changes to bows, meaning that the reload speed actually does affect how fast you can output damage. As you can see, I am just chunking away thanks to having amplified going on. I've almost done half his health, which is amazing. If I got more lucky with ammo drops I might have been able to one phase, but I'm pretty sure that's impossible. You should also take note not to stay too far behind the Calico, because I'm gaining stacks of dark entropy, and if they get up to 10 I die. Also, since I've done over half his health, I'm just trying to stay alive right now. And he's gone anyway. So I'm just going to kill these whole goblins. And then move on. So now you're teleported to one room randomly out of 3. This is the most annoying room because there's a hole in the middle, so it's kind of hard to get from side to side. But no matter, we're just going to do the same thing as always. Kill knights, collect the motes, and dunk them. This knight is a bit annoying to get because I need him in the light and there's only darkness over there. This is the one bit this build struggles with because it actually needs a bit of range. Everywhere else it's just fine though. I'm also trying to kill as much as possible to get some ammo because I did manage to use up everything I had before. And there's one drop, thankfully. And unfortunately, that's all I'm going to need anyway. But I'm still going to take everything out just the same. Unfortunately no more drops, but I'm sure we'll be fine anyway. So going on to damage phase number 2, we're just going to do the same thing. Get the weaken off, then use a super, and then go in with Leviathan's Breath. And I'm just going to finish him off with a grenade and some fusion rifle. And that's it. That was Prophecy Solar Flawless on Hunter during Season of the Witch. Hope you enjoyed, hope you found this helpful. If you did, a like and subscribe would be greatly appreciated. And I hope to see you again next time. Bye.
It hit me when you were tearing that last pack of Taken apart. What the Nine are trying to say. Light, dark, it don't matter.
Light and dark are not the same.
Didn't say the same, just the difference don't